using a mixture of this chocolate protein shake and this coconut milk. I just froth it up together and add it into my coffee, and it actually tastes like a really nice mocha, but I've got a little bit of protein in there. So today is February the 1st, which is insane to me. I feel like 2021 is flying by, and I think we're kind of getting to that point in the year where New Year's resolutions have worn off a little bit and motivation is declining, and personally I've definitely been slacking on my goals and keeping up with my routines, mainly because I've been ill for the past week. So I've been like lying in bed being super lazy, kind of neglecting my health, and today I just want to get back into it. I want to start this month off right. I want to get back into a healthy routine and just really focus on taking care of my mental health as well, because I've definitely been neglecting that. So I woke up this morning nice and early at like 6 a.m, which nothing makes me feel better than waking up before the sun rises. I just feel like I've accomplished so much before anybody else has even woken up, and that is a really nice feeling. So I've already done my practice questions for the day and I'm about to get into working out, which I'm so excited for. I'm going to do probably like a 20-minute HIIT workout, and then one thing that I really want to implement into my workout routine is some stretching or yoga. It doesn't have to be a lot, maybe like 10 minutes every few days, but I really just want to improve my flexibility. It's a very new goal for me, but I used to dance. Before I came to uni, I'd actually been doing ballet for like 15 or 16 years, and that's not to say that I was really flexible. I was definitely not the most flexible person in my class, but I was definitely more flexible than I am right now. I guess I just want to see how much I can improve my flexibility, and if you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know I love to set goals for myself, but something I'm learning and have been learning over the past few months is it's really important to set goals that don't actually have a quantifiable result at the end of it. It's literally just because you're doing it for pure enjoyment, and that's all you achieve from it is happiness. And this is a very new concept to me. I'm very much someone that will set goals because I want to achieve something and there's numbers at the end of it, or a specific thing that I want to achieve, if that makes sense. But for this, there's nothing I really want to achieve. I just want to feel better in myself, feel a little bit more supple and loosened up, and it'll also be good for my health in general. It'll be good for my muscle recovery post-workout, and just overall good for my mental health. I think it's really important to do things just because they make you feel good. You don't need any other reason. So that is something I'm going to be implementing. But for now, I'm going to get into my workout and I will update you later.
I'm so forward when I miss you, act so foreign, yeah, you're not cute. Yeah, I thought I'm never gonna ever wreck you, and I promise never gonna ever test you. Now you're gonna get my best, you are not like the rest, no. Then take a shot, no verse, that ass put me to sleep, no rest. Feeling like we could not be, we could not last. On my knees, on my bed, and I'm done with this feeling. Keeping like we were happy, now a moment's past. Underneath these masks we follow.
Okay, I didn't realise what time it was, but I didn't end up having time to make any breakfast, and I usually like to have some sort of protein after I work out, so I just grabbed this protein bar that I can eat on my way to the hospital. I'm supposed to be in for 9 a.m. because I'm doing paediatric basic life support today, and then the rest of the day is off for study, so that'll be nice. I'll be home for lunch. Pretty chill day other than that. until literally like 3 hours ago, and I'm not gonna lie, I was so tired when I got back, so I had a little nap for like 40 minutes and then got on with some work, and I've just made myself a really yummy, healthy lunch. I've been craving spaghetti bolognese for a few days now, so I popped into Tesco, got the ingredients that I needed and made kind of a healthier version of it with this pasta that's mostly made out of edamame, so it's much higher in protein and lower in carbs than normal pasta. And then I just made the mince mixture. I am vegetarian, so I used vegetarian corn mince. I added in red onions, butter beans, sweet corn, baked beans, some chili flakes to add some spice, and then I just topped off the whole dish with a little bit of cheese, and it was so yummy. So now it is 2:45 and I've got therapy at 3 p.m. I've reduced my sessions to once a month now, which is a huge achievement for me, from going from every single week to every other week to now once a month. It just shows how much my mental health is improving and how much better I can cope with my own mind now. I feel like I'm much more aware of how I think, and I'm much more aware of how I can help myself when I'm like stuck in a rut or feeling a bit depressed or down. So yeah, I'm super proud of that. But like I said, I do have a session today. This will be my session for February, which is nice, starting off the month with a little bit of therapy, and I'll update you later on how that goes. I swear every time I have therapy I end up crying so much. It's actually so good for me. I personally am someone who really just pushes down my feelings, especially when I'm anxious or feeling a little bit sad. So I find therapy really helpful to bring those feelings up to the surface and really explore them. So today we talked about my upcoming exam. If you see my last couple videos, you'll know I have an exam coming up in just under 3 weeks, and it's something I'm very anxious about. Ever since I started university and sort of hit my first depressive episode, I developed an anxiety and really just lost confidence in myself over the last 2 or 3 years, and it's something that I'm dealing with, it's something that I'm working on, and today we just talked about things I can do to work on not panicking during the exam. And a lot of the time in therapy we come to this conclusion where it's like, actually I think you just need to be kinder to yourself and show a little bit more compassion and understand that you are human, and at the end of the day, regardless of what degree you're doing, whether you're doing medicine or law or dentistry or whatever it is, you're not going to know everything. And if there's a question in the exam you don't know the answer to, instead of panicking, find a way to keep your nerves down and to just remember that actually it's okay if you don't know it. Because at the moment, if I come across a question that I have no idea what the answer is or what it's even talking about, I panic. And I genuinely, like, I could have a panic attack in the middle of an exam just from one question. It's like my thoughts spiral out of control. 1 second I'm reading the question and then I'm like, oh my god, I don't know this, I don't know anything, I'm so dumb, why did I revise so much, because it didn't help at all, I don't know anything. And I just work myself into such a state, and I'm so self-deprecating when it gets to those points. And I was talking to my therapist about that, and she was like, the thing is, even if you don't know the answer to something, as soon as you let yourself get anxious, you limit your ability to access your common sense and the bank of knowledge that is in your brain, because as soon as you panic, you can't think rationally. So work on something, whether it's a breathing exercise or some sort of ritual to get yourself calm, and then approach the question from a different point of view. Instead of panicking, look at it as a process of elimination. My exams are multiple choice, so I could look at it as, okay, which one's definitely not the answer, and work like that if I have no idea. But at the moment I struggle to do that because I just panic, and the anxiety really clouds my judgment and it clouds my mind. So it was a really good session, and it's really nice actually to talk to someone and have them remind you that you're human and just be nice to yourself. Like, I find it so difficult, but when you're in such a challenging and competitive environment and situation, it's really easy to compare yourself to other people and make yourself feel really not good enough at all and just really incapable. And it's just really not fair, especially in the situation of an exam, because they're standardized. Some people are good with exam technique and some people aren't. And one thing that really gets me is I used to be really good with my exam technique. In A-levels I had it down, and ever since I got to uni it's not there anymore. My knowledge is there and I study and I revise, but my exam technique isn't, because I panic. And instead of living in the past like I have been, we talked about moving forward and understanding that people change, your way of thinking changes, your way of learning changes, and instead of resisting that, maybe accept that your new way of learning will be even better and will help you even more. So I'm just going to work on not resisting the change, kind of accepting that, yeah, I don't work in the same way I did at A-levels, but that was 4 years ago, and back then I was much kinder to myself. I had so much more faith in myself. So I think what I'm going to work on is just being nicer to myself and realising that if I got this far, then I'm definitely capable. So what's the point in panicking? And my God, is that easier said than done, but I'm working on it. So I'm actually going to go onto Amazon now and order some essential oils, because I think what I'm going to do for my kind of coping strategy during the exam is, if I feel myself start to panic, I'm going to use a specific essential oil. I'm just going to put some on my wrist or something and take like 2 or 3 deep breaths and breathe it in and let it just calm me, because I work really well with smells, and if I find like a calming scent, then I think that will really help me. The other thing I'm going to do is, when I do my practice questions, I'm really proud that I do practice questions every day, but I think one thing I'm going to change is, instead of having it on the setting where I do the question and then it immediately tells me if it's right or wrong, I will put it on the setting where I don't know what the correct answer is until I'm done with all my questions, because that's how an exam works. And at the moment I have this anxiety when I do exams where I click the answer, I move on to the next question, but then I'm like, oh my God, I wish I knew if that was right or not. Maybe it's wrong, maybe that's the right answer, oh my God, all of these could be the right answers, and I overthink. So I need to get back into the mindset of an exam setting, because that's how I studied for A-levels, to be fair. Like when I did practice papers, I didn't do it with the mark scheme right next to me. I didn't check every single question after I'd done each one. I did the whole paper and then I would go through the mark scheme and I would see what I got by the end of it. There should really be no difference from there to now in that sense. So that's what I'm going to work on. I'm going to figure out how to do that on PassMed and just take it as real exam practice. So I'll do, say, 50 questions and then I'll check if they're right. And I think that will really help me when it comes to the actual exam, because this is another thing my therapist was saying, was when you get that immediate answer and you know if you're right or wrong, say you're right, you get a release of hormones and dopamine and things that give you that immediate gratification. And when you don't get that in the exam, the real exam, you're not getting the release of hormones and dopamine and you're not getting the instant gratification. And so you don't feel the same. You haven't got the same hormones circulating that you have when you were practicing. So you're obviously not going to do as well. And that just makes so much sense to me. Like, you might think that's utter bullshit, but for me that makes so much sense, because yes, you are getting immediate gratification, and when you're not getting that in the exam setting, it is frustrating, because my exam is 3 hours long and every single question I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know if that's right. So I just work my way through a 3-hour exam, just deprecating myself more and more and more until I get to the end, and doubting myself more and more and more, and it's not good for you. So those are the things I'm going to work on in the next couple of weeks, and I'll keep you updated on how it goes. But I think moral of the story is just be nicer to yourself. You're only human, you're not going to know everything, and that's really okay. So yeah, I'm going to take a little break now, because I mean, talking about your feelings that much is mentally draining, so I'm going to go get a snack and have a little break, and then I'll get back into doing some revision. Okay, so I've just been looking through Amazon and I think I'm going to get this essential oil. It's called Mind Clear. It's got peppermint, lavender and lemon in it, and in the description it says it's basically supposed to ease anxiety and help you obviously clear your mind, so I think that'll be a good one. Hey guys, so I'm just editing this video now and realised I completely forgot to end it off. So I guess the moral of the story is just be kinder to yourself. I know it's way easier said than done, but whatever degree you're doing, it's going to be hard and it's very easy to doubt yourself, as I've learned. I know I'm trying to overcome it, and I just wanted to be really real and address the fact that you have to take care of your mental health. It is just as important as your physical health, and I think that should be recognised, especially in something as competitive as medical school. Obviously in any degree, like I said, it is hard and mental health should always be prioritised, but obviously just from my situation and my opinion, I just wanted to share the things that I've been going through and the things that I've been learning, because I think it's important. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please subscribe for more, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!